Hello, my name is Edith Lara. I'll be doing Competency 3 for Standard Triple P. Begin role play. Hello, Rebecca. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How did you feel that observation went?
I feel like it went okay. It was a little bumpy, kind of awkward. I think
Yeah.
I felt weird having someone like observing my behaviors, and Tommy was still aware somebody else was there.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like it was.
Yeah, and
it was
it's
okay.
totally like it happens all the time where like the parent or the both or the child or even both they're feeling a little bit more uncomfortable kind of thing where like it's like observation. But I'm glad yeah, it went through. So what are some goals that you think after this observation, or like what are some goals that you hope to achieve in the future after like we work together and we get more sessions in? What do you think you need like a little bit more help on, or like what do you wish you can achieve more in the future?
My goals were that I wanted to be really great at praise and work on that praise. I wanted to remain calm in moments when my child was very escalated. And then I also really wanted to be like consistent with following through on things. So those were kind of my top three goals.
Those are great goals, and like I feel like they're really great goals where like with practice and more more consistency we can get those goals going. And I'm glad so now after the observation and after me being there, I saw a couple of things. But for you, what do you think? Some two things that you felt that you handled very well the whole time that I was there.
I feel like there were moments. I feel like I did really well with praising, and telling him like good job or things like that. And then also remaining calm when he got escalated. In moments where it was hard to like stay calm. I feel like I did a good job of that.
You really did. I saw that, and I noticed there was praising, and I noticed that you were very calm. I remember you mentioning that like sometimes you tend to like either overreact or like freak out whenever a behavior like and it's totally fine, like it happens. But you did very well in there with being calm and then showing that praising towards Tommy. Okay, so now now thinking about we talked about the good two things that you handled very well. Now let's do two things that you think that you wish you could have done a little bit differently while I was there.
So looking back on that, I feel like I did do a good job with praise, but I want for it to be more specific, I think, with Tommy. And then I also feel like want to be more consistent with that start routine. There were moments where I would tell him to do something and then kind of just like let it go when he didn't do it. And then there were other times where I did follow through with the start routine and place him in a timeout. And so I think being more consistent with that, I would like to work on.
Yeah, and those are something that like I mentioned that with practice and also with being more consistent with Tommy, like consistency is gonna be something that it's gonna like doesn't happen like in the next day. It's gonna take practice and obviously those are very good things that we can help you change and do differently. So now how you mentioned the consistency with Tommy, like how will you I feel like what are some ways that could help you to be more consistent with Tommy? Like what do you think could be like a what could you do differently or what could you continue doing to keep that consistency going?
So I think that sometimes it is hard to follow through with the start routine. It can be more time consuming, but I really want to work on the next time doing that differently and really following through with that start routine. Instead of like sometimes following through with it, other times kind of forgetting about it or letting things like go away. And then really being specific with that praise in praising Tommy specifically for certain things that he's doing instead of saying just like good job or like way to go.
And those are great, like we're gonna work with it, and like your main points are like your goals are being more consistent, praising more, staying calm, And you're already doing some of those things, which is great. And now, like I meant, with more practice and more observations, and you working more with Tommy, and that consistency, we're gonna help you with all of those main issues that you're dealing with and that you hope to achieve. You know, and then now that you've mentioned that you wish you could help. You could have done differently, you know, be more specific with the praise. Now you have an idea on how you want to be more like specifically, you know, be more clear and more, you know, not just like good job, you know, say more to the praise than just a good job, which is good. And now, what are some specific goals that you wish you can that you want to work on for the next time we see each other?
For the next time, I definitely think that I want to keep working on that praise, that specific praise, but definitely the next time I want to do keep that consistency with the start routine. I think.
Okay, yeah, and I'm pretty sure with you continue doing this, you know, with Tommy, even though I'm not there, and then but next time, and then in the next few sessions, we can, you know, see how much improvement you're doing or which areas you need more improvement in, because this is why we're here for, you know. See the areas that you're doing already great, and then continue doing them, and then the areas that you need improvement, and then working more on those. Okay, how does that sound?
That sounds great.
Do you have any other questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, well, I'll see you next week. Thank you, Rebecca.
Sounds good.
Role play over. So, some of the things that I feel like I did pretty well, just, you know, continue doing that eye contact with the client, making sure that, you know, there was more comfortable, like I was comfortable, the client was comfortable. Being very clear about what I was asking, and also if I wasn't sure, just following back and just making sure that I was clear on what the parent was saying. A little bit more improvement, I would say, you know, for this one, I maybe identifying like the more positive and negative behavior like that the parent that was engaging in with towards the child, so maybe just practice a little bit more on that. Okay, thank you.